Hey guys, about to jump into the first round with our mono green stipulation draft deck. And I would like to play first, and Battle for Zendikar draft, by the way, if I didn't say that. You know, having Desolation Twin in your opening hand is bad, but it's also bad having a Grove Rumbler you can't cast in your opening hand. So I think I'm going to have to mulligan. I don't think we're going to end up with like bad mana situations that often, but, you know, like where we want to mulligan a hand, but this is definitely one of them. Wow, we got him again. I think we keep this one, unfortunately. I'm going to put that on the bottom. This is the downside of running Desolation Twin, if there even is one. But we can ramp into him, and we got Blighted Gorge, so we can kind of kill something, but at this point, we're not really in great shape. But we'll see what happens. Ooh, turn 1 Sludge Crawler is not great for us. Now we can't even play our Beast Caller Savant and just, like, swing. So, but we're going to play him. Drawing the Brood Hunter Worm there is nice. We can play a turn 3 Brood Hunter, which is not insignificant. I'm going to take 1 here, maybe 2 if our opponent doesn't have a 2-drop. I'd be okay with taking 2. Looks like our opponent's probably doing something with his mana, though. And he is. All right, so turn 3 Brood Hunter it is. We will add white just for fun, and we'll play a Brood Hunter Worm, who can, in fact, block both of these dudes. And he actually doesn't die to complete disregard either, which isn't insignificant. So I'm pretty happy about that. He can get outclassed pretty quickly in this format, unfortunately. But, you know, we'll see. Playing him on turn 3 keeps that from happening for a little bit longer, at least. Gideon's Reproach could kill him, but, you know, I'd probably be okay with that trade. I'll probably block the Sludge Crawler if he swings with it. Okay, Sharpshooter, that's bad for us because he can just use it to kill our poor Beast Caller Savant. Okay, I like that, I think. So yeah, we're going to play our Gnarlid. And I'm going to play a land too because the closer we get to Desolation Twin, the better, I think. Should I swing with my Brood Hunter? I don't think so. I'm going to play a land here. I like to hold on to non-basics until I absolutely have to play them because your opponent could be planning for it. Like, you may not want to play an even better creature with 2 toughness right now because he knows I can pick it off with my Gorge, which I can do next turn because of my Beast Caller. Oh, no, I can't. He can only add mana for spell or creatures. I've been burnt by that before, so. Okay, well, that works for me. Another land. So we can't Gorge anything yet, so I don't really want to play it, but I will do that. And I think I get in there with the Gnarlid. Keep the Brood Hunter Worm back for blocking purposes, but I'll go ahead and get in there with the Gnarlid. See if our opponent, if he has something like Gideon's Reproach, I think that's the smart thing to do. All right, I'm happy trading for that Sharpshooter at this point. If he's got something else, then we're going to be, yeah, that's bad. All right. Sad day. We traded for a card still, but it didn't put him back on board position at all, unfortunately. Man, our opponent's struggling with mana. There we go. Another dude is nice, I think. So I'm going to play the Gorge this time. And I'm going to swing with the Brood Hunter. I can blow him out pretty hard because of the Gorge, which I can use. So yeah, I'll swing with my Brood Hunter. Yeah, he just takes it. And then I'll just play Eyeless Watcher. And we're getting close. We should leave. Well, it doesn't really matter what we leave up, actually. There's no trick in the format that can be used. We don't need to type that much mana either. So we can leave up 1 of each color. So yeah, we'll play our Eyeless Watcher. We can actually play our Desolation Twin next turn, which is pretty sweet, I have to say. Because we're at, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, so we can't. 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to draw a land next turn, and then we can play Desolation Twin, which is pretty nice. But we'll just end our turn there. Desolation Twin, come on, give us a land. Our opponent's like, well, unless he has Stasis Snare, but even if he has the Snare, our Twin makes a copy of itself when it comes into play, so if we can play it, we're going to be pretty thrilled. Yeah, we just take this. I don't see any good reason not to. Man, he exiled the swamp. If I knew that was going to get exiled. Alright, so Plummet does have a target in our opponent's deck. And I drew it, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, so I think we swing again. Leave mana up for our Plummet and our Blighted Gorge. And we end our turn. Opponent at 4 now. We don't really want to lose our Gorge desperately at this point because, yeah, we'll take that 2 again. But I will use Plummet on this one. If he gets to 1 more mana, he's going to start picking off our mana sources, which will be real bad. So we really need to draw our land like now. Drew Beastmaster would have been pretty nice, but maybe that gets us closer to a land. I don't know. I'd be pretty happy with that. I mean, he can only pick off 1 a turn at least. I mean, yeah, I don't know. All right, that's a problem. It swings pretty well through a Broodhunter Worm when he drops a land. We really need our land now. Give it to us. Yeah, it happened. All right. That is pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. Do I want to swing with my Broodhunter? Here he can... I guess I do, given that I'm playing Desolation Twin. Like, even if I just trade for 1 creature here, it softens up the board a lot for 2 10/10s, you know? So, I'm going to swing with the Broodhunter. I mean, I can still use Blighted Gorge to blow him out, but even if he blocked here, I don't know that I would. Okay, good. So getting in for 10 works, for 4 rather, works for me. Thinking about 10s because of what I'm about to do, which is, let me make sure I have enough mana here. 5, 6, 7, 8, yes, we do. Our opponent's probably like, Ulamog, but no, it's just a Desolation Twin, who's good, but no Ulamog. So... that is, in fact, 2 massive Eldrazi's. Eldrazi. What's plural for Eldrazi? I don't know. But that's pretty sweet. Getting to cast one of those on turn 8. You know, we're still casting it early despite the fact that we kept missing our 10th mana there. So our deck got there. Just doing it once feels good. So, and especially with our opponent stuck on 4. In a format that just doesn't have answers for this guy other than Stasis Snare, especially if you're at 4 mana. Grip of Desolation is obviously an answer, but... okay. So, I think we swing with all our big guys. He can't take either of the 10s, obviously, and we still have Blighted Gorge to, like, try to blow him out here. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. I forgot about that. All right, well, we still have 1 10/10. Okay, so we are going to go for the blowout here. We want to put that first, and then we're going to kill the Culling Drone with our Blighted Gorge. So we're going to kill a lot of his board here and hold on to both these creatures, which I'm down with. So we kill this Ondu Champion, we kill the Sludge Crawler. You get in for nothing, unfortunately, but I'll hold on to this forest at this point as a bluff. All right, Lantern Scout. That is annoying. I do take that. And we attack with both our big boys again. Tandem Tactics would be bad, but... damn. That's interesting. I guess he wanted to trade for the guy, but putting himself at 2 does seem pretty bad, given the board state. But we'll see. That 2 life he gained made a big difference, though. Right, Night Watch. All right. Well, unfortunately, he can chump block for a while, but he does have to. So basically, if he has any extra smite the monstresses, they're obviously coming in for him. Yeah, I'll play that. We never did get that plated crusher back. I just realized. Would be nice to have another big guy to ramp into, but we don't. All right. So he could have a way to take him down now. Grip of Desolation would do it. All right. Doesn't look like he does. And we can play another dude. And we will, and we'll end our turn. Ruin Processor. Okay. That's going to buy him. No, oh, yeah, there's a card in exile. So that'll buy him even more time, unfortunately, for us. But he has to block our Eldrazi here, so I'm going to play Fertile Thicket to make our Gnarlid up to a 3/3, and I'm going to swing with everything. Yeah, so that works for me. All right, well, that was pretty fun. May never happen quite like that again for us. We saw one creature with flying and one that can gain flying, so Plummet seems good. So does our Mantis. Seems like it can block a lot of his guys for a long time, even not even just his flyers. I mean, the Worm did end up being a pretty sweet dude in that game, but I think I am going to cut one. I don't think I want anything else. Well, if we can turn 8 or earlier play a that guy, we're going to be pretty happy. I think this is a keep. I mean, it's a little sketchy, but we're on the draw at least. So, turn 1 Sludge Crawler again, huh? So, I think I play the Gnarlid first. So, we know our opponent has Ruin Processor. And basically, our only creature that can combat that. Oh, Desolation Twin. He loves me, I guess. Yeah, we'll play our Gnarlid. Be nice if it could go land, call the Scions next turn, but we do need to draw a land for that to happen. There's that Glider again. Did not draw a land, but we drew another Snapping Gnarlid. I probably shouldn't have played it first because I'm actually going to swing with the first one. All right, I'm okay with the trade. He probably is willing to trade because he sees I'm stuck on 2 lands, but trading for a flyer seems good to me. I would trade for the Sludge Crawler too still, except now he can tap enough mana to save it. So, Courier Griffin. Boy, I'm going to swing. If I can do some Swell of Growth action, I'm pretty happy. And if I can't, I play Orin Rife Invoker. I mean, if he doesn't block, I'm not playing Swell of Growth. If he blocks, I'm playing Swell of Growth. All right, so Swell of Growth it is. Our opponent's down to 3 cards, which is good. Our curve being low is panning out for us here. But he could have, like, Ruin Processor in his hand. He's obviously a big problem, so. All right, we take at least 1. Catacomb Sifter. Well, we couldn't have played that anyway. Has he any lands? No. Blister Pod would have helped us. Right, that Great Horn is a problem, especially because we cannot draw a 3rd land, but we'll play Orin Rife Invoker. Natural Aggression isn't great right now, but maybe it will be. Yeah, keeping a 2-lander may have been a bad call, but we have had several chances to hit a 3rd land. We just haven't been able to. Yeah, Lantern Scout's pretty good right there. He forgot to sack his... Well, I'm okay with that. All right, a 3rd land. How about that? There are more lands in my deck, it turns out. I think I swing. I mean, I can also Unnatural Aggression and take down Ondu Greathorn. Maybe I should just do that instead. I think I will. It is an instant, but my Snapping Gnarlid's not going to be that big for very long, so I think taking down this guy seems reasonable. All right. We exile the card. How about that? And then I'm just going to end the turn. You know, I'll swing with an Invoker. Cool with that. I am cool with that. Could have swung with this too, but and I mean, I guess it would have ended up being a 2-for-2 basically in the end, which would have been okay, but not amazing given our mana situation because we just can't contribute anything to the board. I mean, we can play Call the Scions now. All right, Demon's Grasp. I'm okay with him using that on that guy. I mean, it does mean he gets in for 4 here, but now we can Eyeless Watcher, which makes for a potential big Tajuru Warcaller turn. I'm going to end my turn there, I think, so that I can just trade if I need to. So we're suddenly at 6 mana. Ooh, that's bad. Well, I'm definitely siding in an extra Plummet should we go to another game here, because that's pretty nasty. All right. Hey, Plummet. I've drawn it both times I desperately needed it, which is something I'm pretty happy about. So I have the option of like playing Call the Scions too. Maybe it is what I should do, but yeah, we're gonna use Plummet here before that starts draining us every turn. If I play Call the Scions here, I end up with 3 Scions. So I only really gain 1 Scion, and that puts me at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I should hold off on it. It's not the best move right now, so I'm just gonna end my turn. Can't really attack. But playing Broodhunter Worm would be nice because it could start swinging into this board. All right. Well, I definitely want to trade for Lantern Scout, and he can pump his Sludge Crawler if he wants to. If he has Tandem Tactics, that's fine. All right. So I can get Desolation Twin out again, which I think should be my goal. I don't know why I didn't do that first. Could have tapped down my only guy who could have traded for that scout. And given his guys lifelink, so wasn't the best sequencing. Okay, Fertile Thicket. All right. I think here let's see, I have 4, 5, 6. So give me... Actually, I think I go for Call the Scions because I can then play Fertile Thicket and basically guarantee I draw another land. And that'll give me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'll have 10 next turn for Desolation Twin. So I think that's what we want to go for here. The Court Entanglers does present a bit of a problem, but we're going to have a lot of bodies out there, so I think I'm okay with it. So yeah, Call the Scions again. Not again, that's the first time we've done it, actually, I think. So we're going to call them. And they will return our call, I'm sure, if our opponent allows it to. He's tapped out, so he kind of has to. All right, and then we're going to play Fertile Thicket. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so as long as we hit a land here, we can play Desolation Twin next turn. We could whiff. I keep saying yes. There we go. I think I'd rather have another forest. I mean, we only have 1 card that cares about swamps, so we're going to put that on top and all these on the bottom. And then I'm going to end my turn. So next turn is a Desolation Twin turn, potentially, if our opponent doesn't stop us somehow here. I'm sure he's done the math, so he may, in fact, find a way to just kill our Scions. Our deck is going to be in trouble should we run into... the red card that does 1 damage to everything. Like, we're going to be like, well, that's just great. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us. All right, so Desolation Twin. Seven, 8, 9, and 10. Drop the twin. We've done it twice, guys. I mean, he could have Grip of Desolation. Is that yeah, I think that's what it's called. I don't know why I can't remember card names today, or they seem wrong. The card that exiles a land and a creature for 6, he could be getting ready to cast. Last time we were like ahead when we played Desolation Twin and we pulled it out. I mean, we do have Chidru Warcaller who's going to make things pretty fun. Okay, he's smiting one of them. So he could smite one and grip the other, which wouldn't be awesome. Especially if he plays allies, he can tap down and ruin Processor. That's not great. It does keep us from attacking, basically, and he can eventually tap down our Eldrazi token if he gets another ally. All right. Wish I'd hit red. That would have made my life a little better. But we're going to play a Broodhunter Worm here. And just end the turn. It's going to be hard to win this time because we weren't ahead when we played our dude, and then he smote one of them. So, but yeah, we're bringing in a second Plummet should we go to game 3, which seems reasonably likely. We can call some more signs. I mean, we can eventually set up a Chidru Warcaller win. So we're going to call some more Scions. So he'll be swinging for 12. This will be 12, 16. That is an ally, unfortunately. So we're going to have to chump it, I would think, given the amount of life we're at. Because he's going to tap down their Eldrazi dude. Maybe. He may be afraid to attack. No, he's not afraid to attack with that, that's for sure. And I'm not afraid to take that, so I will take that. A natural aggression would be nice, but I guess we already played our only copy, so. That Chidru Beastmaster also would have been nice. Another big body that can pump my whole team, would have pumped everyone by a lot. When we had both the Warcaller and the Beastmaster, but, well, I drew one anyway, because I'm that guy. Alright. So if we play, let's see, this Hogger Sharpshooter can pick off my Warcaller. I think we'd rather play the Beastmaster first because of that. So we're going to play a Beastmaster. How did I not tap enough mana here? Oh, I tapped too much, didn't I? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I didn't tap enough. Fertile Thicket, yeah, okay. Chidru Beastmaster it is. Pumps everybody, gives me another reasonably sized body. I mean, I could swing with my Eldrazi token and knock him down to 14 and then chump on his backswing. And I think that sounds pretty nice. So I'm going to swing with my 11/11. I mean, if he takes it, then we're in pretty good shape on the next turn. Okay. All right. I think we're okay with this. He may have tandem tactics, but we'll at least take down the Processor for sure. We'll let him keep the Entanglers. If he has the tactics, we still take down the Ruin Processor. So we don't take down the Hogger Sharpshooter 2. Yeah, he has tactics, so takes him up to 27, but we do kill the Ruin Processor, which was his biggest and probably best creature, but he can start picking off our smaller ones with his Hogger Sharpshooter, unfortunately. Too bad his one card was Tandem Tactics. Ooh, that Shambling Vent's pretty scary right here, I would say. So we're going to give everything +3/+3. If he swings here, we're pretty thrilled, darn it. He didn't swing, as I'm sure you saw. Okay, so we can pump everybody. And I think we do it. I mean, we're not going to instantly win the game, but it's going to be a pretty big turn. So we're going to play our Warcaller, which gives everything +3/+3. He'll pick off one small. Well, it doesn't look like he will. He probably should have, because things are going to get a little silly now. I mean, he can do some silly combat things, I guess, but I think we still just get in there with everybody. I mean, let's see. He can swing for, if he pays 5 next turn, to pick off my Warcaller. If he pays 5 to pick off my Warcaller, he can then swing. He'll have tapped 5 mana, but then he can only swing for 2, 5. Well, he can swing for lethal. So I guess we keep one Scion back, given the situation, and just get in there with everything else. He doesn't have a ton of mana. Ooh, he's just taking all that. I can't have felt too good. All right. Okay, well, let's draw one of our few other allies. Then we're pretty happy. I mean, I'm sure he kills my Tajuru Beastmaster here, but yeah, if we'd swung with this too, he would have had to block something, but the backswing would have hurt so much that I don't think we wanted to deal with it. Okay, he can't really swing with anything. He does play another ally, so now he can. So we're just dead, actually. 3, 4, 5, 6. As long as he taps his guy, we're just dead. So, yeah, we're dead. Darn. Almost got there. Maybe swinging with everything was what we should have done because he would have had to block. So, okay. So, second plummet for sure. The Mantis also good because we saw a bunch of dudes with flying. Really cut another Brood Hunter. I guess I can probably, yeah, I'll cut a Natural Aggression. I mean, it's okay-ish, but the 2 plummets are probably going to kill more things than a Natural Aggression will. Okay, this is a keeper. We can make sure we get all of our colors. We haven't drawn our gold cards, incidentally. Our opponent's probably like, what's going on color-wise here? So we're going to play a Blister Pod in the turn. So we played Desolation Twin twice in 2 games, so I feel pretty good about that. Hey, we have all our colors anyway. We get in for 1 here. Yeah, I probably should have swung with everything in the, my last turn in that game, because he would have had to block 1 thing and lost a creature in the process. Yeah, that's pretty good against me. All right, Blister Pod number 2, come to town. Then we play our Mantis, and yeah, I'm glad I have the Mantis. That thing's still going to be a nuisance, Mantis or not. And there is our Desolation Twin again. That's pretty crazy. But I'm happy about it. I'm going to play our Mantis, who can block that Emissary. So we're actually, once again, not extremely far away from Desolation Twin mana, so pretty happy about that. All right. Okay, so at the end of his turn, we can Blighted Woodland to search for a couple lands, so I think that's what we want to do. I think playing the Warcaller here is not bad. Gives me another body, lets me get in for some damage, means my other allies are better. Yeah, let's do it. Let's play the Warcaller. It's not amazing, but that way, I mean, I am taking away being able to Blighted Woodland, but I think that's probably okay. I think I just go ahead and get in with all of these. Concede to taking 2 damage next turn. If he wants to use Smite or something on my Mantis, for example, I think we're okay with that. Okay, he's probably got Tandem Tactics again, so otherwise he wouldn't have blocked like that. That does give us a Scion and ramp us a little bit at least. Where's our Rot Shambler? He would have been like an all-star in these grindy games. Yeah, Tandem Tactics. So we get in for 3, lose a dude, sort of. Then I'll end the turn. So we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be at 7, and then Woodland can fetch us another. So we're not far off from Desolation Twinning again. But we're once again not like ahead like we were the first time we cast it. So Demon's Grasp makes sense. Sure, he swings for 2 here because he doesn't have a whole lot to worry about. All right, so wow, we got all of our colors, like multiples of all of our colors. We swing with both our Scion, or 1/1s. I guess they're not both Scions because there's no reason not to. Get in there for 1. So at the end of his turn, we crack this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we're getting close. This freaking drawn as Emissary. We sided in a second plummet because of you. We would love it. We are going to thin out our deck, so a little bit with our Blighted Woodland, so we increase our chances of drawing the plummet that we want. Ooh, that's That's a problem. All right. We will sacrifice this. And we'll get 2 forests because we have like everything else we could ever want. All right. We are close. If our blister pod would just miraculously die right now, we would be at the mana we would need for a Desolation Twin. So, well, that's pretty good draw. We could get our blister pod killed here. Nothing else, we could try. So yeah, we'll play our Beastmaster. I think I leave back the Mantis and just swing with these two. I mean, he's just going to take 4, I would guess. He could kill my Scion, I guess, but if he wants to trade one of those guys for it, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. All right, end our turn there. He's going to go back up to 19. We're going to go to 14. We've drawn our plummet like both times we needed it in the other games, and we sided in the second one this time, and now we can't draw one. It's kind of silly. It is kind of silly. We've also drawn Desolation Twin every game, and chances are pretty good we cast him in this game, even if we don't manage to win this thing. Oh, now they're a little lower, but I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, so I think I attack with... No, he's not going to block the blister pod. He might kill my blister pod and then kill the Scion, which would be bad. Man, that fortified rampart is definitely a rampart. Yeah, we end the turn there. Oh, he can't kill... He can't do both. He can only do it once. And I doubt he does it, unfortunately. At this point, he can just wait us out with his Drawn as Emissary, which is a ridiculous card, by the way. One that I love, but pretty overpowered. I mean, it is gold, but I think it's probably the best of all of those. It's one of the few that I think I would first pick. Usually I don't want to commit to a gold card on my first pick, but she's good enough. Ooh, his Ruin Processor came down before our Desolation Twin. We should be disappointed in ourselves. And indeed, I am disappointed in myself. All right, land? No, but Call the Scions, it's all right. Gives us a dude to chump with. Makes it so he can't guarantee we don't have the mana next turn for our Desolation Twin. So, at least there's that in my turn there. We go to 12, unfortunately. Another Ruin Processor. No, he's just killing a dude. Okay. All right, so yeah, we play our big guy. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's played his Ruin Processor every game. We've played our Desolation Twin every game, so it's kind of a silly things have been happening in our match. But we do have to end our turn there. He's probably got another Smite ready for us, because why not? He's had it the other times, so. Ooh, okay. Well, this is a battle of Eldrazi. I've never really seen this happen like this. So it's a nice final draft to be recording. Hey, that Gorge is actually super good right now. We can kill his Drawn as Emissary. So that's pretty good. He's tapped out. So he could double block one Desolation Twin, but not both. I think I swing with both of them. Devastator does have trample, but I can survive it. I think. Well, maybe I just swing with one, actually. Let's just swing with the original Desolation Twin. Double block, all right. I'm down with that. I will kill the one with trample. He is close to being able to double Hagra Sharpshooter, which is pretty bad news. I mean, it can shrink this low enough. And then I'm going to just crack the Gorge to kill this freaking thing, which is the bane of our existence. And then I'll also play an Orenreif Invoker, which he can kill, I guess, if he gets double. He doesn't quite have double, but he's close. Shadow Glider, that can kill us slowly but surely. That is pretty good. We're going to give everything +2/+2. So we're going to play a Beastmaster. I mean, we can still really only swing with our Eldrazi, but he's massive now, so. Just take 12. No, darn. I was hoping he'd just take 12 in the turn there. Right, well. He could just kill my Invoker right now. It's interesting he decided not to. Oh, yeah, now he is. Oh, he can't actually. Oh, yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. All right, so I think we swing with our big Eldrazi again. I mean, if we can get rid of his Eldrazi, like if he double blocks here, I mean, right now he can't double block profitably. He would just lose 2 creatures. Then our 2 Tidru Beastmasters are just going to like rule the day, rule the board. So, all right, he is going to triple block even. Okay, well this is an interesting one. The Shadow Glider is going to kill me eventually. In the air. Oh no, it won't. I have a giant Mantis. So yeah, I think we do kill the first 2 and hold on to our Mantis because the Hagra Sharpshooter can pick off our Gnarlid, for example. So I think we kill those 2. And then we're going to play our Gnarlid. So, I mean, our opponent's in top deck mode. Our board is way better than his. So let's just hope he doesn't draw amazingly. Okay. Opponent decided to scoop. We cast our twin 3 times in 3 games. And I think turn 8 or earlier each time, right? It's pretty awesome. So having fun in my last draft, especially as a stipulation draft, managing to win the first round and casting a ridiculous card like Desolation Twin 3 times is enough for me, but hopefully we can, go 2-1, maybe even 3-0 with this thing. Probably not, but we can try. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like.